Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back. Manchester City champions. But a throwback to Fabian Delph there when he said that, but yeah. Also, like the video, it helps other City fans find the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and yeah, let's get into it. Manchester City won, Chelsea nil. Really doesn't matter about the game. The game was, well, Julian Alvarez scored, but that was about it. A run out for the B team, the second string side. Minutes for Ortega in goal in the Prem. Calvin Phillips getting the guard of honour in his first Premier League start. That's funny. Sergio Gomez with the same. But yeah, Laporte's last start for us as well. Who started? Rico Lewis starting as well. New contract on the table. It looks like it's going to be signed sooner rather than later, according to Fabrizio. Who else played in the back four? Was Emmanuel Akanji with Laporte as centre back? I think it could have been, yeah. Calvin Phillips, as I said, getting a start. And then who else was it? I don't even know. Who played? Who played? It was Cole Palmer on one wing, Riyad Mahrez on the other, Foden in midfield. Who was the other midfielder though? I think Rico Lewis just might have been a midfielder. Oh, he was. Rico Lewis was the other midfielder. Kyle Walker was playing at right back. But yeah, Phil Foden in that 10 position. Lovely game from him. He got man of the match too. So there actually was a little bit in this game that we can actually talk about. But Chelsea are bad too. Chelsea are real bad. But yeah, 1-0, Julian Alvarez with the goal. The boys came on at the end because I kind of wanted that to happen. I wanted Erling Haaland and KDB to come on and get the reception for their record-breaking season, especially Haaland, his record-breaking season. Rodri came on as well, but Phillips stayed on for the whole 90. But yeah, doesn't really matter about the game. Julian Alvarez got his goal. That guy is Premier League winner, World Cup winner. He could be on for an unprecedented season, winning a treble and a World Cup at the same time. I think he could be the only one that's ever done that. I know 11 other players have won a Champions League and World Cup in the same season, but have they won a treble as well on top of that? I don't know, but Alvarez is definitely going to be in some elite company. The boy is going to have completed South American football and English football by the time he's 23. That's if we do the treble. No, that's if we do the treble. We don't. Yeah, the Community Shield and the Carabao Cup, man. Maybe get that next season, but to really completing it, the main big trophies he will have completed by 23 or by his age come 2 weeks. But yeah, it's not really about the performance. It was kind of a deadish game. Raheem Sterling had a decent performance in the second half anyway. Obviously missing one-on-ones or a stone's clearance off the line, but I think that was offside. But he got a great reception, I think, when he came back, which was nice to see. He didn't really leave on bad terms. Maybe the whole interview thing and signing the jersey afterwards was just a bit of handbags, but don't really care. He was a good servant for the club. A little bit annoying at times, but he had world-class periods between 2017 and 2019 as well, so I have no real hatred towards him. I loved pretty much, well, I was really on his side when he was at the club, just because the amount of abuse he got when he left Liverpool. It kind of drawn you towards him. But yeah, guard of honour from him. Okay, him and Kyle Walker shared a little moment, just looking at each other when they were given the guard of honour. But yeah, hope he does well at Chelsea. But it is what it is. He probably hopes he'd never left. Well, maybe, don't know. To be fair, I wish he never left either. Just his profile is invaluable. Just a pacey right winger. You could have stuck him on there. But hey, look, it's looking like we did we need him? We've won the league with an FA Cup final, Champions League final. Yeah, we just lose the both of them now. Maybe we would have needed him. Who knows? But yeah, it's not really about the game. It's about the whole season. Man City, one trophy in the bag, Premier League. Arsenal, what are you doing? You just fell off at the end. I kind of wanted there to be some emphasis on the game against Chelsea that we had to win it. I might have even went over to I didn't end up going to Manchester. I just went out Saturday night and celebrated the win back here at home. But yeah, we got gifted the league title on Saturday, which was, I know some people would prefer to get over and done with sooner or later, but I kind of wanted the Chelsea game to mean a bit more. Even though the fans ran on the pitch at full time anyway, even though the league was already wrapped up. Yeah, that was funny, to be fair. They postponed it a little bit, but the players kind of had to go inside. But also the fans left, and I thought the fans left way too early. If you're going to go to the trouble of getting a ticket for this Chelsea game, You gotta stay though until I was saying this while I was watching the trophy presentation. They should be staying until the players leave the pitch, but the players did take a really long time to leave the pitch. The Sky Sports coverage was probably done by the end of it, like, but still, the fans should have stayed for so much longer than they did. Like, when it was just a bit, I don't know. It's just a bit. It's a little bit embarrassing. Like, you always see articles or like City fans defend or piping up against articles when someone says, "Are City fans bored of success?" or things like that. I mean, things like this don't really help it. Because when you see Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, if we'd won the league, we would have packed out the whole of London looking like, I think it's Nottingham Carnival or something like that." And then you just see, but then City fans are rebuttal, "Oh, we've won it loads of times. It'd be special for your first one." But then it's like, so maybe them articles about City being bored of success or City fans, maybe not bored is the wrong term because we all get hyped when we win the league and whatnot, but maybe just less excited by the success. Not me personally, but I went out celebrating hard Saturday night. But I suppose if I was a diehard, I may have made the trip over to Manchester, but I didn't have a ticket either. I probably would have went if I had a ticket to the Chelsea game, but yeah, I'll probably go over for the parade maybe. I think I'll go over for that. That should be a good day out. If I somehow scam a Champions League ticket, I'll go out there. I might even go out there anyway, but that's for a little while longer. But yeah, it's just I wish the fans are a bit. I was just hoping there was a lot more fans there. It should have been packed out with title celebrations. Yeah, I just thought it emptied up real quickly. Like when the players are walking around the stadium clapping, you don't want to be clapping an empty stadium. Like, it's when Manuel Pellegrini left. The half of the stadium was empty when he left, like when he was giving his speeches and whatnot. But it's a bit if there's one critique, it's City fans. They're not the best. Do you know it's because they're not the greatest. They're not the most passionate, like extroverted, passionate. Like there ain't many City like thugs. A lot of fans have like. Thugs sound bad, but like psychos or just who will create an atmosphere. It seems like the City fan base is just introverted. They'll turn up maybe. Sometimes they're not that loud. Like we'd won the league and the Chelsea game wasn't that loud. Like if Arsenal had won the league, that stadium would have been raucous throughout. Especially if they were 1-0 up the whole time. Especially against Chelsea too, because they would have, well, basically mocked the hell out of them. To be fair, put it that way. But the game doesn't really matter. That's just a little thing on the City fans. But throughout the season review. Well, season ain't done. Job's not finished. But yeah, Chelsea game, decent. Brighton's up next. Although we rested people against Chelsea, you'd expect us to rest them against Brighton as well, and then play them at Brentford to give them, bring their fitness back up, and then give them the whole week off. Like especially first teamers who've been drinking the last couple of days, maybe they'll probably get Brighton off. Jack Grealish will probably get Brighton off, that's for sure. But you never know. Erling Haaland might play. He might want some more goals, some more records. He's on 36 in the Prem now. He might even end will he end the season with less than the goals? No, he hasn't played every game, so he's probably still going to have a better goals per game record, but he ain't beating Salah's. As I say every time, Salah's non-penalty goals record, he's not beating that. Just goes to show how mental Salah's debut season was. Like I say every time, well, when I bring up Haaland records, I'm going to bring up Salah records as well, because that's the real one he should have gone for. Early prediction for next season. I don't think Haaland does as well, honestly. I know Pep players burst out in their second season, but I just think Haaland, a lot of things, just everything dropped from before the World Cup. Like his record before the World Cup and after the World Cup there is a bit of a drop. Like his record before the World Cup, he was back-to-back hat-tricks. He was the fastest player to reach every number in the game in the Premier League wise. So yeah, I think he may be in a little downward next season. I think he probably still win the Golden Boot, but it'll be a lot more of a race, especially if Harry Kane pulls out all the stops like he did this year. That guy's he's stat padded this year. He's stat padded this year a lot. But yeah, season Premier League. That's the 3 in a row, 3-peated at multiple levels now. Under 16s, under 18s. I think the under 16s could have done 4 in a row. I think the under 18s as well. Under 21s or the EDS 3-peated as well. And now the men's team have gone 3-peated as well. Back to back to back. Last time that was done, well, to be fair, last year we were the last team since Sir Alex Ferguson to go back to back. in 08-09 and 07-08, I guess. But now we're still the latest team since that exact period. They must have done 06-07 as well, when they three-peated back then with Ronaldo on form, on fire. But yeah, first, I think we're the fifth team to ever go three-peat. Huddersfield were the first, Arsenal done it, Liverpool done it, Man United then done it, and now it's little old Manchester City in with the big boys. Records now, maybe not Huddersfield, but ain't shooting shots at Huddersfield for no reason. But yeah, three-peated. Yeah, so where do we go from here? Historic trouble. That's where we go from here. Man United. Not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, I'm guessing. That's a huge game. I've seen online some people saying we've underperformed in the FA Cup, and I gotta agree. We were 2 in the Sheikh era. Last one was 2019, and the other one was 2010. They're right at the start. Yeah, we have underperformed massively. We've made a couple of finals. Have we? We lost to Wigan, obviously. We got beat by Arsenal, I remember, in the semi-final one year in extra time. 16-17, yeah, that was in extra time. Alexis Sanchez with that goal, that winner anyway, at least. I think, did United knock us out of a semi-final recently enough? Or someone did. But yeah, FA Cup, we need to take that more seriously. Pep will respect that as well. We're in a final, to be fair. There's no other way. You can't really not respect it once you're in a final when trophies up for grabs. Maybe the early rounds, but nah. Final now, trophies up for grabs. The second out of the treble, yeah. Because we don't want United to get it either, because they'll have 2 trophies and that'll be quite a decent season. If they get Carabao in the FA Cup and if we only get the Prem, touch wood we won't. Touch wood we won't, but yeah. Could they argue they've had a better season? 2 trophies, even though FA Cup plus Carabao, it probably might be equal. I'm not, don't know, the semantics. Hopefully I don't have to answer that conversation, but yeah. Because I live with a United fan as well. I hope we beat United. But yeah, season. Erling Haaland, brilliant season. Trophy lift. Won the title on Saturday. Because Arsenal just bottled it at the end. Just fell away. They drew 3 in a row. Then we beat them. And then they beat Newcastle. And I think it was Fulham. Then they lost a couple more. So yeah, they just kind of whimpered out towards the end of the season. Gary Neville was right. Gary Neville predicted Arsenal finish behind Man United as well. He predicted City for the title all this time. He actually predicted on the overlap that we'd finish 10 points in front. We're currently 7 with a game in hand, so he may get his prediction absolutely spot on. So yeah, who knows? But the Prem season, the Prem's not over. I should probably leave my thoughts on the Prem season until after it finishes. But yeah, Chelsea nothing. Man City won. Chelsea are such a bad team. That was our second string team, and you wouldn't know Chelsea have spent 650 million just this season alone. That's crazy, and they're so bad. Yeah, João Felix mightn't have played, but who else didn't play? I have no idea who else didn't play. Kante, but they didn't spend that money. So Wesley Fofana, Mudryk's on the bench, Noddy Madueke, Sterling. Kai Havertz is still up front. He's a big money signing too. Chelsea are just so bad. I put money on them because I thought our City lineup was going to be so they've not played together at all, so they'll be so rusty. It was basically all our second string players. I expected them to be rusty, so I put a tenner on Chelsea. To be fair, I think it was 6.5 or some. It could have been 5.5 or 6.5 to 1 for Chelsea to win. So I was like, they're going to spoil our day. Like I said, I'm going to be making money. I lost money. But yeah, I'm losing me the last couple of City games. But that's a little annoying. I won some of it back with Katie Taylor losing. Because after the first round, I was like, yeah, Katie Taylor, I'm not sure about this. Although it was a lot closer than I thought it was. Although I had a few bevs in me at the time. So my judgment probably wasn't the best. But yeah, I made some money on that. I think I stuck I made some money on Katie Taylor losing, unfortunately. But yeah. City 1, Chelsea 0. Who performed well? Well, I like to see Rico Lewis with minutes. Cole Palmer, I'm actually going to give him a bit of a piece here. He roasted Azpilicueta multiple times in the first 5 minutes. I'm really glad he's getting more minutes, more games, even if it is at left wing. He didn't start off good at left wing when he was playing there, but it's just the way his City career has unfolded. It had so much promise when he was out on that right wing, but last year he got injured just at the wrong time. And then just before a time he was probably going to get loads of games, and then this year he was not getting game time at right wing because you have Bernardo in the big games, you have Mahrez to to put there because he's not playing the big game. So you have to play him every game there. You could even throw Phil Foden there, although he probably... Yeah, you could even throw Phil Foden there. So yeah, Cole Palmer's only getting games at left wing now. And just because Foden was playing in midfield too. So even he's gotten loads better at left wing, I must admit. Is the angles he plays out now at left wing, he's just so much more used to them. When he started off there, it just wasn't. It looked so awkward. You could just tell he's never played there. But now he's getting better at left wing. Roasted Azpilicueta multiple times. He had the confidence. Even though he slipped, he still tried to Ronaldo chop him on the inside. But he did slip. But I was like, when he started running, I was like, yeah, go at him. But then he slipped, unfortunately. But he's a little bit more confident on that wing now, which is nice to see. If only he got his Premier League goal. Prem didn't soon come. It's been a long time. But yeah, Cole Palmer with some nice minutes as well. Callum Phillips, his long pings across the pitch, his long through balls. There's money. There's bread and butter. That's his strong suit. So I've seen them a good. He pinged it about a good bit during the game. So that's nice to see. I felt bad from after his interview was saying this is the lowest point of confidence he's ever had as a player. It's just sad to see because he's a City player now, so you gotta back him. But I wonder does he even improve next season? Just because first season curse of Manchester City, and the bounce in the second season is usually I'm putting it down to development. Like they actually get the games in the first year in order to develop and get used to the system and whatnot. So then they burst in the second season. But Calvin Phillips, as I already said, this was his first start in the Premier League today. He hasn't got a lot of minutes this season, so it's going to be interesting but tricky to see if he's actually going to improve loads next year. That's why I have my doubts because of the development. He hasn't played that much. It's kind of the same with Sergio Gomez, but he's young and he's quite technical on the ball. He just needs to beef up a little bit. But yeah, Stefan Ortega with some great saves as well. Clean sheet, another one for Stefan Ortega. I kind of hope he plays the final against United. Just reward him for his good work this season. It'd be quite annoying if he it'd be quite annoying for him if he didn't. It'd be a big disrespect. Although Ederson is in very good form, Ortega can play. He can play with the ball at his feet. There was a great ping towards the half, a great pass along the ground. He reached the halfway line. It's great. Split multiple Chelsea players. Split multiple of them. Split a couple of them, so yeah, and he's made some good saves as well. One off the post, one Raheem Sterling that he kind of saved and it just went towards the line, but it was offside anyway. He made a good other saves off the top of my head, I don't know. But yeah, really liked his signing ever since we signed him for free. After the highlight reel, I was like, yeah, sure, I am confident in this guy, and he's proved it this season, so happy for Stefan Ortega Moreno. Yeah, title lift, Ilkay Gundogan, first time a non-bald player has lifted our title in ever since what, the 60s, is it? So yeah, he's the first. It must be the 60s. I'm guessing they had hair back then. But yeah, Vincent Kompany bald, Fernandinho bald, David Silva, was he a captain? Doesn't matter. He was bald as well, but he didn't take it. No, Kompany left in 1920, just before that season. So Fernandinho must have taken over then. Did he? No, David Silva did, but then he left at the end of that season. But Fernandinho took it up for 2020-21 then, and the season after that. He just left in the summer, right? Yeah, he did. It's been a year. It's only been a year. Jeez. Ilkay Gundogan, first captain with hair to lift the trophy ever since the Sheikh took over. Ever since '67. Yeah. Ilkay Gundogan, I hope he stays. I'm glad we're hearing rumours now that City are going to offer more than the 1 year they've offered him, which is criminal. Absolutely criminal that they only offered him a 1 year deal. They offered KDB a 5-year deal at the age of 30 on 400 grand a week. So you've got to offer Ilkay Gundogan at more than a year what is he, 31? I think he's 32, but still. And he's on much less money a week than KDB, and he's been crucial to our sides over the years. 17-18 crucial, 18-19 absolutely instrumental, especially the last 12 to 14 games. 2020-2021 absolutely crucial again in the false nine role. This last year popping up with them goals to win us the league. This year he's been unreal. He's getting his roses this year, which is great to see. underrated player. Although I said on Twitter, he doesn't fill me with confidence, but that's not as a player. That's purely aesthetics wise, because he just seems like he's prone to a slip. It's just his socks. Well, it's his socks as well. Players that don't like wear the same color boots as their socks, or they don't wear a white sock underneath, they just look less comfortable on the ball. That's all it is. It's not an actual theory or anything. It's just the way you see the game. I play like a shorter leg looks more in control than a longer leg. Like it just is what it is. Like sometimes KDB looks a bit wonky on the ball, but that's just because. Like Jack Grealish, he looks so smooth on the ball. He's got the white socks. He's got thick legs as well. That helps. And the socks are low. It's just the shorter players look more comfortable on the ball. It's just simple as that. It's just aesthetics. But yeah, Ilkay Gundogan, I hope he stays. Give him 2. You should be really giving him 2 years and an option of a third for the club or the player. I think he's getting a newborn soon, or his missus is pregnant or something like that. You need to give them security, family security. That's what they're looking for. Barcelona will offer it. I think Arsenal will even offer it as well. We're hearing David Ornstein not pipe up in a bad way, but you're hearing David Ornstein saying Arsenal now are interested today. You know Barcelona are interested, and you've just got to be offering what everyone else is offering. I don't care. Offer 2 years. I think they're going to offer him a year and an optional year, but it should be two years minimum base, and then an option of a third maybe. But yeah, Ilkay Gundogan, tie him down. Also Bernardo Silva, I want him tied down too, but he's probably the more likely to go. Is he actually? I always thought Gundogan was the more likely to go, but the last couple of days we've been hearing that the City are more enticed to the idea that to offer more than 1 year, so maybe he might actually stay. Although Bernardo's always been rumoured to leave, but it's just no one's ever stumped up the money from him, and the money's still at like 70 million. It's mad that no one paid that for him. But yeah, hope they both stay. Hope we bring in some decent players as well. It looks like Laporte's off actually, so that's kind of sad. He was crying during the title celebrations. Yeah, he's been a good servant. He was crucial for us at the end of last year. He played on one leg basically to see us out and win us the title. So yeah, hopefully he gets a nice send off. Hopefully he goes to Barcelona and starts all the games he wants there. Yeah, no foul against him. Nice guy, decent dude. He just seems decent. Maybe just not the best pure box defender like Nathan Ake or like Ruben Diaz or like John Stones kind of is now. He's the more passy, tippy tappy, tiki taka sort of player. So he should suit Spain down to a T. Can't go to Arsenal. I think PSG might be involved as well. But yeah, hope he does well wherever he goes. But yeah, Man City 1, Chelsea 0. Yeah, that's the review. Yeah, now it's on to Brighton, Brentford, dead-ish games or so. Maybe hopefully Holland gets some more records. But yeah, trouble is on. Man United in a couple of weeks. The 3rd of June. Champions League the 10th of June. Will I be around for anything? Will I go to the... I definitely won't be in Manchester for the FA Cup final or Wembley even. But you never know. I may bounce out for the Champions League final. I'll be looking on flights every day like. But yeah, I'll probably definitely go to the parade. But yeah, hopefully I get some nice clips there as well to put on here. But yeah, treble chasing Manchester City. That's who we are now. We're going to be in the history books, hopefully in the history books, with the big boys. One of the greatest Premier League teams ever. Pep finally also admitted that we need the Champions League to be among the greats. Kind of got to agree with him, but it's just kind of nice to see him say out loud and first, admit it in public for the first time. Does that scream a little bit of a confidence going into the Champions League final? Because you know the confidence throughout the camp in the dressing room is sky high. Jack Grealish says it every time. They feel unstoppable. Maybe that's why Pep has finally admitted that they need to win the Champions League, because they know they're going to win it. I'm not as confident as everyone else, just because me. That's why I'm like that. But it's just because of our away form. We batter teams at home. 7-0 Leipzig, 4-0 Real Madrid, 3-0 Bayern Munich, Man United 6-3, Liverpool 4-1. Who else? They all can get it. Well, they all did get it, but away from home, our record is nowhere near as good. We drew against Real Madrid, we drew against Bayern, we drew against Leipzig. Most of our points were dropped away from home, about Brentford and Everton. Away from is significantly worse, and we don't have the Etihad crowd roaring out ourselves to victory. The crowd of the Champions League is maybe 20,000. a quarter of the stadium is going to be filled by City fans. The other quarter, Inter Milan fans. Then the other half is just influencers, football people, directors, things like that. So who knows? I'm definitely betting on Inter Milan, just for a fact. But yeah, those are my thoughts on. Well, I was going to say it's City 1, Chelsea 0, but just kind of the Premier League and our situation in general. Let me know yours in the thoughts below. Do you think we'll do the treble? Yeah, Man United, big game. Champions League, big game. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, like I said. Like the video. If you're a City fan, it helps this video find other City fans. It helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, totally chasing Manchester City. I'll see you next time. Peace.